Hi, remember me? It's Mrs. Cruz, and this is the 7i Weekly Update. I'm going to show myself today because I feel like I haven't seen a lot of you in a long time, and I know that's nice to be able to connect a little bit more. But this is our Week 6 update, and Week 6 means that we're more than halfway there. We only have about a month left of school, so continue to hang in there, work really hard. I know a lot of you are doing a great job, and if you're feeling a little like, if you're feeling a lack of motivation, just know that you're not alone. We're in this together though, and we only have a few more weeks to go. Since we are starting with our Scholars of the Week, I did want to highlight a few different individuals, and there are some that I could tell like you're continuing to, turn in your work. Maybe you do feel like a little stressed out, or you feel like unmotivated, but you're continuing to do it. First one being Adriana Contreras. I know that you're consistently turning in your chapter notes, so way to go. Keep it up. I also wanted to give a highlight to, or a shout out to Natalie Gonzalez. I know that quality of your work is, it's always been good, and I could tell that you're trying your best when you turn in the work. Nice job. I wanted to give a shout out to Luis Sanchez from Period 5. I could tell that you are not only turning in the work consistently, but you're also listening to the feedback that I gave you. So if I told you to include evidence, I saw that you made that change. So thank you for listening, and you're doing a great job. And then lastly, Riley Dennis, I wanted to give you a shout out too, because similar to what I was saying, I know that you're consistently doing your chapter notes, and I know that you also make up late work if you need to. So thank you for keeping up with your grade. This week, as far as our Week 6 reminders go, that is kind of like the main thing I want to stress, is that you can still catch up. So if you feel a little bit behind and you feel kind of stressed that we're already on chapter 7, just know that there still is a way to catch up. And I recommend that you start with chapter 1. After that, just make sure you're asking for help. If you feel like you're not sure if you can catch up, just reach out to me and we'll come up with something together. I also have all of the YouTube videos that I've put together organized, so that way you could complete the task with me. If you are completing the task with me, you should notice that it's taking us less than 30 minutes. So if you do it each day with me, you should have about 30 minutes worth of work for our class, which is, I think, fairly reasonable. And if you're behind, then obviously, you want to add more to that. You can also use the videos to check your answers for the text-dependent questions, especially because we're still working on the quality. A lot of you might get a feedback from me that says, make sure to use says means matters. And if you're not sure what that means, then make sure you're watching the videos so that you could see an example of that. And as I mentioned to you, the videos are a great way for you to catch up. The videos, just to show you, are organized in a document like this. So here it shows you chapter 1. So if you're starting to catch up, start from the beginning. You want to start here. If you just want to check specific questions, here are the ones from last week, for example. So last week, this is chapter 5 and 6. So if you wanted to check text-dependent question number 2, then you would know here's text-dependent question number 2, and then here's where you would look in our YouTube videos. Okay, so you have that option to use. And this week, I'll continue adding the videos as I complete them for chapter 7, since that's the focus. And other than that, things are really about the same. This week we are focusing on chapter 7, which is going to be a good one. Here maybe we'll get a visit from Papa, so we'll see him at home for a while. You're gonna get to learn a little bit more about Mr. Morrison, since I know that he's a mysterious figure, and we're going to see if Uncle Hammer does anything crazy in this chapter. So a lot to come. Continue reading, and I hope that you're enjoying this book because it's very rich in its narration and it has a lot of great topics to offer. And as far as our Week 6 schedule goes, you'll see that a lot of it's the same. So when you reference this document, it's basically telling you a lot of it will be the same. I'll point out any differences. Our quote of the week is, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you don't stop. I think this is a very important quote for our time right now, since, like I was telling you, I understand if some of you are losing your steam a little bit and you feel like you want to give up, but remember that it kind of goes with this like scholar goal of the week. Set a daily goal for work completion and really stick to it, so that way you can end the day feeling proud of yourself and feeling accomplished. Even if you don't get as much done one day, as long as you keep moving forward and the next day work even harder, then that's really all that we're asking for. And then as you kind of go down, it's reminding you that this week our focus is chapter 7. And actually, I'm bringing this down. On average, you're only required to read about 7 pages this week each day and answering one text-dependent question. So here's a task that you can see for today. It says read pages 1 through 7 and answer text-dependent question number 1. I will post that video a little later this morning, so you'll see that. And as I post the videos, you'll see them here in this column. So look for those. Zoom sessions, we have the same one, optional 1:30 p.m. one today that I'll be on for. And then we still have the same time for the Wednesday optional office hours. I did change the time for Thursday's discussion. So Thursday's discussion is going to be at 1:30 this week. So it's just a difference between half an hour. And then as usual, Thursday, the discussion is due. Really try to attend the Zoom sessions, because the more of you that show up to those, the better discussions that we can have. And those of you who are showing up, we're having really great discussions. And I know you're having a better understanding of the novel when we're done with them. So just continue to try to show up to the discussions. And then chapter 7 notes are due at the end of the week. Okay, so continue asking questions if you have any. Ask for help if you feel a little lost. Remember that I'm here and I'm happy to help in any way that I can. That's all for our announcements. So thank you for watching and have a great day.